Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for October 26th, 3 p.m. Eastern, Friday, 2018. Today, we are with the different meditations that we have done. It's all about you, because the more balanced and the more aware and the more knowledge that you acquire, the more focused your love, caring becomes. With that clarity, excuse me, with that clarity, you're able to see so much clearer and sense so much finer in energies, both etheric, physical, on the planet. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you are seeing or feeling across the plane of existence are how clear your awareness is becoming, how your physical is being lifted, so to speak, how you are, sometimes the words aren't there because they haven't been created yet. So the blossoming of each and every one of you. And throughout the ages, throughout many lifetimes, any combination of unification of civilizations, okay, have not been successful. And the reason is because ego. And we talk a lot about ego. And we're not saying that ego is a horrible monster or anything like that. What we are saying is that ego has to be mastered. And see, a lot of you are I believe that you have a pretty clear understanding of the ego, of, pushing the chest out there and saying, I'm this, and I've done this, and I've done that. When we do things, we do them for ourselves. We do not do them for others. And that's kind of, it's not about our giving to others. It is when we do things, when you do things for yourself, it's for you. It's to improve you so that you can help others and assist others with that knowledge that you pursue and pick up, and your life experiences that you have. And, mistakes are wonderful things because they teach us and we grow. I mean, mistakes are a good thing. They're not bad. People make a mistake, oh goodness, and they carry it with them for years and years and years, and it becomes a burden to them, and they just don't let it go. So the process of doing for you, improving you in this three-dimensional world so that you be more effective on assisting others. And obviously, our full circle is to serve humanity. It's to serve each other. That's basically the bottom line. And that's why we exist. By serving, we open up a whole new world. By attending to each other, it's just a whole different experience that and see, by separating humanity, by keeping them separate, by keeping them aggressive at each other, that doesn't happen. It does. We all know it does on certain small scales here and there. We've seen it in all of its wonderment and all of its love and goodness. But it isn't planetary. And I'll tell you why. Probably some of you know. The reason is because of all the separation and the mind and the ego. If the mind controls you, mind's a good thing if you can master it. But if it controls you and your ego with it, you're in an abyss. You're floating around not knowing what direction to go in, and you're struggling and climbing and trying to balance yourself all the time, and all these things come in. It is so important in peace for each and every one of us to balance and to love ourselves and each other, and to get it into habit. Okay? And this meditation is about habit. And when you talk about habit, it's knowing, because you all know that habit in a good way, from your heart mind, of practicing this all the time. You must practice it all the time. And get to the point during the course of your day and evening and night that it becomes like autopilot. It doesn't at first. At first, it may be out of your comfort zone. At first, it may seem overwhelming because, geez, I've got to monitor this. This is getting ridiculous. Forget it. And a lot of people will just throw it away. But if you choose with your higher self to pen this, to have it to an understanding where if I do this enough, which means, what is it you're doing, is that you're monitoring your thoughts. So each thought that comes in, it's really funny, because I know a lot of you have experienced where the thoughts come in, and you all of a sudden you just kind of get pulled with the ride of the thought, and you're in it. And before long you go, holy cow, it's like when you're dozing off or something and you jerk, wake up for a bit because you feel like you're falling or something. And by getting in habit, all of us, in spreading this, because remember, the flock of birds in the sky, and I know a lot of us have seen those, or antelope running in herds. They all run together. You know, animals, the connection there, we have that connection. It's been severed many times. It's been blended out there, but we do have this innate connection with each other and the God spark. Our Father, Mother, Prime Source, Creator God is in us, and that's why we're part of everything. And we're part of each other. And doesn't it make sense that is one of the biggest binding keys for humanity to flourish, is to understand that we're all together. And they want us to believe that we're not. And look what's happened. And once that gets to the population of this planet, it is a simple message. It isn't complicated. You don't have to go to an Ivy League college in order to obtain this understanding, this learning. It is within you. It's innate. It's part of you. And it's part of all humanity. So once we get into the habit of autopilot, of having this continually processed, so that we say, I am part of me, I am me, and I am part of you. A lot of people look at it and roll their eyes. That's understandable. But I think humanity is getting to a point where they are ready to understand that one simple reality, that you and you are part of me. So I respect you. If I don't respect me, I'm not going to respect you. I must respect me and love me, and then I will respect and love you. Because if I disrespect another, it means that I'm disrespecting myself. And there have been sayings and statements made throughout the ages about addressing this, but it's so important that we apply that all the time. And it's tough. at times. It gets tough. It gets challenging. Because some people, just because of what, how they operate, kind of rub us the wrong way. And we just don't like their energy source. We just don't care for it. And it's because there's something about us that we have, that we are, that disturbs us. And that outward energy is reflected by coming across another who reminds us of some things or jobs us about some things, that we see similarities or had the similarities or have buried the similarities. And those things are very key to eliminating and just going for the spirit, the soul, the higher self, and practicing this on a continual basis from this day forward. And I know a lot of you practice it, but it's got to be concise, deliberate, clarified, and just very, very vivid on right in the front row, so that we are constantly guarding and watching what our thoughts are, what our heart emotion, our heart mind. And understand, when we see a human, we do not look at the physical as far as our love for them. We look at the spirit within. We view and touch the spirit within. And that's what Jesus did. So that's what all of those who were in composure and balance did throughout the ages. And every one of you are very capable of doing the same thing. So, if you will, go to your area where you will not be disturbed, which I'm sure most of you are. And as I talk, you want to relax. And your relaxing is just being. Just be. All you got to do. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to focus really on anything. You just let it all flow and just be. In total silence and peace, if possible, from wherever you're at. I mean, I can go off into a zone in the middle of a party or a crowd, and it doesn't bother me. It's not affecting me. No matter what noise it is or anything. And so when you just be, relax from head to toe, just let everything dissipate. In this moment, you're in this moment. And as you do that, you're going to breathe. And as you breathe, you will breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you inhale through the nose, you will hold at 1001, 1002, 1003. And you will exhale. You want to do this around 6 times. And as you're breathing in through your nose, you're breathing in divine, positive energy. And understand that this energy is you, part of you, and we breathe it in all the time. We just aren't cognizant to it. We don't identify it. Again, we are not monitoring our thoughts from the standpoint of knowing. And you don't have to micromanage your thoughts, but just knowing. And we pick up that ability that we have. We polish it and hone it. So as you breathe in, you're breathing in this wonderful energy that you are, and it identifies with you. And you say, wow, that's what I am inside this body. I feel it as I breathe it in. The joy, the happiness, the bliss, the love, the deep eternal love, the caring, the peace, all of that. Imagine that. All of that is you. I'm just always amazed. It's just always a wonderful thing to view and to understand that fully. And so when you're breathing in and you're revitalizing who you are, it's waking you up again to who you are every time you breathe in, and knowing that all of these things are you. All of them. It's like you don't have to go look for wealth. You are wealth. See, because everything is part of you. and you're part of it. And that's what people keep missing, because they separate the physical from the spiritual. They don't understand that they're part of all there is. So all they have to do is to extend their heart, mind, love, and energy, bring their vibrational frequency up, balance it, and let it happen. And it'll happen. So as you breathe out, you're breathing out all the things that you attach to the physical. Just letting them go. Pain, anger, fear, aggression, all of these things. People say, well, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to get angry sometimes. What does it do? What does it accomplish? What does it do to each of us when we do that? It isn't good. So let it go. Just fall off. Watch it just drip off of you and vaporize. Be gone. Now we're ready to go into the heart mind, heart center, through the sternum. As we go in, we flow. It's almost like we're in a fluid, and we're just buoyant, and we're just flowing, and we feel this pulling, this light, loving pull and nudge that we're going in and up, in and up. And as we go, we find ourselves completely encapsulated in the golden white pink light of Prime Source Creator God's eternal love. And then Archangel Raphael wraps us in the emerald green flaming healing light. And so we begin to heal. And then we have the purple transmuting flame and the violet ray. And it's swirling through us, in us, saturating us, and protecting us. And only eternal love can breach this sphere. We're all protected. And as we know this and experience it and feel it, we are in total peace and deep eternal love. We see our higher self and we join with our higher selves. We are elated at complete peace, prosperity, and love. And as we do this, we communicate with all of our eternal higher selves and all of those that we get permission to communicate with. We want to have a deep eternal love party with all that there is. One that never ends. And as we do this, we, hand in hand, arm in arm, form our circle, and we begin to float up very softly, very peacefully above the planet. And as we're going up, we can see and feel ourselves and watch us go up as the planet becomes smaller and smaller. And as we do this, we see our meditative sphere holding all of our meditations since February 12th of this year that we've done in perpetual motion. We can feel its energy, its deep eternal love, its caring, its warmth, its compassion. And it's literally swirling with all of the multicolors of Prime Source Creator God, Archangel Raphael, the emerald green flaming healing light, the purple transmuting flame, the violet ray, and the golden white pink light of deep eternal love. And this is all swirling, and we feel it, and we're buoyant, and we're elated, and we're bliss, and we're joy. Then at this point we call in all of the light beings who are of eternal love and from eternal love. All of the light beings in all of the dimensions and all of the universes and galaxies. Only those who are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love can join us in this meditation. And they come in massive numbers. Massive numbers. They fill the solar system. Our circle expands beyond our solar system. And as they come in, they are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love. And we call upon all of the archangels, the cherubim, and the seraphim, and we call upon all of the angels who are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love that are flocking in. And the circle grows exponentially. And they're coming in, the light beings, the archangels, all of the angels, the ascended masters. And yes, as I was reminded, Gaia is an ascended master. We have many ascended masters, some of which the names have not been circulated amongst humanity for millions of years. So it would take a long time to cover the whole list of ascended masters. But all of them, of deep eternal love, from deep eternal love, are with us and have joined us in this meditation. And all of the fairies and sprites and the gnomes and all those that say that those are just fairy tales, these are real energies and entities of deep eternal love, from deep eternal love, to join us in this meditation. Even the unicorns. And as they come in, even the winged horses, as they all come in to help us and assist in this meditation, we call upon all of our loved ones who have passed in this life and all lifetimes that are of deep eternal love, from deep eternal love, to join us in this meditation. And all of those from inner earth and hollow earth of deep eternal love, from deep eternal love, to join us in this meditation. We are so bright with our light that there is no darkness of space. That the space is sacred and it is lit up. It is in day. And we feel the warm rain start to come over the crown of our head, and it starts to flow down and saturate etherically and physically all that we are, all that we ever will be, and all that we ever have done. And we blossom, and we understand, and we begin to go into habit. We know that by being in habit, we learn immensely how to balance between the physical and the spiritual. And we monitor with great, deep, eternal love. And we blend this and saturate this amongst all of us. And then we send the wave out to all of the beings, all of the inhabitants of this planet Gaia, Terra Christa, all of it. And they begin to awake and understand our path to ascension, to the new world, the fifth dimension, which is just the beginning of our journey, is where we're going. In order to do this, we must unify in deep eternal love and be in habit and mindful of these practices that we've all engaged ourselves in, that we know and volunteer for ourselves to become masters of this experience, not the other way around. So we embrace, we are in habit from this day forward. We are no longer helter-skelter scattered. We are in habit. And we will become masters in habit. Monitoring our thoughts, knowing automatically which to keep, entertain, and which we have no interest in. We send all of that deep eternal love. We bless, literally, prosperous, happy, and joyous journey for all of humanity to fifth dimension energies and frequencies. All of the planet, all of the solar system, the entire galaxy, all galaxies, all universes through infinity. We gather in exuberation. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. feel the presence of all of us and how so important each and every one of us are valuable. Our presence, our existence is beyond, meta. To be here at this time, to experience at this time a wide and expansive awakening of a progression. Imagine you're walking up over a hill. It's all green. It's the greenest green you've ever seen. All the greens on the planet pale in comparison to this hill, this kind of a mountain. And as you come over the top of it, you look onto a valley, and it's total paradise. It is Gaia in all of her full glory and splendor. And you see a path appear, and we all go on the path, and we come in to this paradise. And I don't mean buildings or anything. I just mean the trees, the fauna, everything, the sky. The sky is bluer than it's ever been. Clearness, and the joy and the happiness that we feel in connection with all existence, all energy that we feel. In fact, we're floating. We aren't even using our feet. And we're just in splendor. Just total glorified splendor, happiness and joy, bliss, peace. And we are all one. Just imagine, understand that we are part of each other, and we have never, ever not been. Ever. Move in beauty, in grace, flowing together as one. And this is our vision of all inhabitants of the planet, moving in grace, in splendor together, in a euphoric energy that never ceases, that always exists, and has always been here. We will experience forever, and being in habit from this day forward, your clarity, your scope, your vision will expand exponentially. Your awareness. And from the highest of highs, from Father, Mother, Prime Source, Creator God, send to each and every one of you additional strength in firming your habit, happiness and joy and bliss, to remind you of who you are in glory, in grandeur, total prosperity and happiness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, ease of being, ease of deep eternal love. We will be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, October 27th, 2018. We have been experimenting with some things. As soon as we are complete with the round of experimentation, we will have a really, really impactful Time for Change health call with all additional, new information that I think is going to blow your socks off. But we'll have to see on our end to see what these technologies really are and what they can do for us, period. We're working on getting the med bed into prototype function. And so the meditations help with that. during the course of the day to increase our fundraising for the bet, because we want it to get there now. Obviously, it's not there now, but we are working on it. And the more funding, the faster we go. So, everyone be in habit, be in bliss, because your journey